Next example, test for consistency and solve x plus y plus z is equals to 6, x minus y plus 2z is equals to 5 and 3x plus y plus z is equals to 8 by using Gauss elimination method. So to test the consistency, so first given equation we should write in terms of matrix form. So what is that matrix form? In the solution, Ax is equals to B. So first write matrix of coefficient values. X coefficient, y coefficient, z coefficient is 1. So 1, 1, 1 here. 1 minus 1, 2. And in the third equation, 3, 1, 1. 3, 1, 1. Next, write matrix of unknown values. X, y, z is equals to matrix of coefficient values 6, 5, 8. 6, 5, 8. Next, write augmented matrix. Therefore, A augmented B is first 1, 1, 1 colon 6. 1 minus 1, 2 colon 5, and next 3, 1, 1, 8. Okay, this is augmented matrix. Now we should apply row reduced to echelon form to find rank of augmented matrix. Correct. So if you want to apply row reduced to echelon form, what is that rule? Second row first element we should make it 0, third row again first element we should make it 0. So this row transformation directly we will calculate by using the calculator. So for that what we need to do is, so side, note down that value. First we are changing R2, therefore write R2 is equals to, we need to take the opposite sign, plus 1 is there, take minus 1 divided by R1 value, take it as it is, therefore R1 value is 1. So write 1. Next here write R1 and next here write R2. Therefore row transformation goes to R2 changes to 1 into R2 is R2, again minus 1 into R1 is minus R1. Correct? So this is the row transformation formula. First one, so R1. So this is R1. Next R3. Therefore R3, what I said, take the opposite sign of that. Plus 3 is there, so write minus 3. Next divided by, with R1 we are doing, therefore R1 value that is 1, so take here 1, so write here R1, write R3. Therefore R3 changes to 1 into R3 is R3 minus, here minus 3 into R1 is 3R1. Right. So this is the row transformation formula. Correct? Therefore write R2 changes to R2 minus R1. Next R3 changes to R3 minus 3R1. R3 minus 3R1. Therefore we are not changing first row. Therefore R1 I am going to consider as A, R2 I am going to consider as B, and R3 I am going to consider as C. Therefore R1 we are not changing, so write A colon. R2 we are changing as R2 minus R1. R2 means B minus R1 means A, so B minus A. Next colon R3 changes to R3 minus 3R1. R3 is C minus 3 into R1 is A. R1 is A. Correct? This formula in calculator we are going to apply. Therefore, so directly write augmented matrix becomes, so use the calculator. So first is A. How to type that? A, press alpha, then here A, correct? A, sorry, press alpha A, next press alpha colon, press alpha, then B minus A, alpha B minus alpha A, B minus A, then press alpha colon C minus 3B, alpha C minus 3 into alpha A, correct? After applying this formula in the calculator, press calculate button. So press, it will ask you the A value. Okay, here it is A. What is that? A? 1. So 1 is equals to B, 1 is equals to C, 3. Therefore A value is 1, B value becomes, B minus A value becomes, next becomes 0, and the next value also becomes 0, correct? Next A, 1 is equals to B minus 1 is equals to C, 1. Therefore first value 1, next value is equals to here minus 2, and next value becomes minus 2, correct? Minus 2. Next A, 1 is equals to B, 2 is equals to C, 1. Therefore A, 1, next again 1, next minus 2, minus 2. Next again A value. What is A value? 6, B value 5, and C value 8 is equals to, first is 6, next becomes minus 1, and last value becomes minus 10. So this is how we need to apply this formula using the calculator. Next, now, so now third row, this second element we should make 0. Therefore again apply that method. So R3 is minus 2 is there, we need to take the opposite sign, that is plus 2. Next divided by, with R2 we are doing, therefore R2 you consider as minus 2. So we can cancel 2 and 2 is equals to, we know plus divided by minus is minus. If I cancel these two, what is the remaining value? 1, and here 1. So write this R2 at the top divided by this R3, note down here R3. Therefore formula becomes R3 changes to 1 into R3 is R3 minus 1 into R2 is R2. So if you apply this row transformation, this value directly goes to 0, correct? Therefore we are not changing the first row, correct? We are not changing the first row. Therefore A as it is, we are not changing the second row, so this we denote by B as it is. We are changing the third row, R3 we are considering R3 as C minus R2 as A, sorry, R2 as B, correct? So apply this formula. Therefore right, in matrix form. So first as usual A, how to type A? Press alpha, here it is A, correct? A, next press alpha colon, press alpha, next B, B, press alpha, then colon, next press alpha, C minus B, C minus, press alpha, then here it is B, C minus B. Then press calculate. So it will ask you the first value, that is 1. 1 is equals to, next is 0 is equals to, next is 0. 0. Therefore first value 1, next 0, again next is 0. Correct? Press equal. Next again A, 1 is equals to, next B is minus 2, press is equals to, C is minus 2. Minus 2. Then first value 1, next value becomes minus 2 is equals to, last value becomes 0. Next again press is equals to sign. A 1 is equals to, B 1 is equals to, C minus 2 is equals to. Therefore first is 1 is equals to, next is 1 is equals to, last value becomes minus 3. Next again is equals to sign. A is 6 is equals to, B is minus 1 is equals to, C value is minus 10. Therefore A becomes 6, next becomes minus 1, again press equal, last value becomes minus 9. Correct? Minus 9. Therefore rank of A matrix, that is 3, because 3 non-zero rows. Next rank of augmented matrix also 3, and number of unknown is also 3. Therefore the system of equation has unique solution. Therefore the system of equations has unique solutions. Correct? So next, now write this augmented matrix in equation form. So how to write in equation form? 1 1 6 can be written as what? X plus, so write x plus y plus z is equals to 6. Call this as 1. Second one can be written as minus 2, 1 minus 1 can be written as what? Minus 2y plus z is equals to minus 1. Call this as 2. And last one, minus 3z is equals to minus 9. Call this as 3. Correct? Last one, minus 3z is equals to minus 9. Now solve for z. Therefore z is equals to minus 9 divided by, this comes in the denominator, minus 3. 3 3s are, therefore z value becomes 3. Next put z is equals to 3 in equation number 2. So what is that equation number 2? Minus 2y plus z is equals to minus 1. To make y as positive, what I am going to do? I am going to shift this y value to right hand side, number to left hand side. Therefore minus 1 becomes what? Plus 1 plus z is equals to minus 2y becomes plus 2y. Substitute z value, 1 plus z becomes 3 is equals to 2y. Therefore 4 is equals to 2y. Therefore 4 divided by 2 is equals to y. That implies that y value becomes 2. Correct? So 2 1 2 2 7. Therefore y value becomes 2. Next put z is equals to 3 and y is equals to 2 in equation number 1. So what is that equation number 1? X plus y plus z is equals to 6. Correct? Therefore write x plus y plus z is equals to 6. X plus y is 2 plus z is 3 is equals to 6. Therefore x plus 5 is equals to 6. x is equals to 6 minus 5. Therefore x value becomes 1. Therefore what is the solution? X value is 1, y value is 2, and z value is 3.